Hey, we're Tiff and Jill, and we're gonna piss off your trainer, challenge everything you've been told, and show you what actually works for your body after 40.
If you've been doing everything right and still feel like shit, you're in the right place. Welcome to Moon Body, and let's help you get to your best damn life.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sweat, Science, and Other Shit They Should Have Told You. Have you noticed that it seems like perimenopause is kind of a buzzword? Like, the last 20 years, you probably didn't even know what perimenopause was, and now you can't even open Instagram or TikTok without seeing somebody talking about perimenopause. And why weren't your mom or your grandma talking about this? So we're going to talk about why what you're going through is not your mama's menopause,
Not
baby.
your mama.
Not your mama. First of all, we're not crazy. This is different for our generation.
Yes.
Okay? And we're going to go into exactly why it's different for you than it was for your mom or your grandma.
So perimenopause has always happened. It's always been around because as we go through our late 30s, 40s, our hormones are starting this dance of decline, right? And every generation has had this dance happen. But in today's day and age, it's a lot worse. And because you're just living life and you're just out there doing what you do, you probably haven't noticed, but then all of a sudden a truck hits you and you're like, why am I sleeping like shit? Why do I feel like shit?
Why do
And
my
shit
bones
they-
ache?
other shit they
Why
should
am
have
I
told you?
yelling at everyone?
Yeah.
Why is this happening to me?
Why
did nobody tell me this was going to happen?
And why didn't I see my mom or my grandma like flounder like this, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of reasons, and the technology that you're using to watch us right now is part of it.
Yes, it is. So there's many reasons why this is happening to this generation of women, but we're just going to talk about kind of the main four that we think you have the most control of to make change for yourself. And the first one is huge, and it's your nervous system.
Yeah, so you hear us talk a lot about the nervous system and safety. And we're going to unpack that a little bit today because safety has so many different layers and nervous system impact has so many different layers.
Let's first set the stage of when we're talking about nervous system and nervous system safety, what does that mean? What we mean is that your nervous system is well regulated. It should be able to go back and forth between heightened arousal, which is chased by a lion, like actual real physical danger, but it's also phone notifications. It's I got 12
Emails.
lunches and baseball practice and whatever. It's your emails, notifications never stopping. It's your employee called in sick and now you got to figure out how to cover the shift. It's all of the things, right? You should be able to go from handle business mode to rest and relax mode easily. We're meant to go back and forth.
Yep.
But if your system doesn't perceive that safety, it doesn't perceive that it's okay to let off the gas and you're stuck a little bit, that's what we're talking about when we say you're dysregulated or you're not in a safe mode.
And this stress isn't new. Your grandma, your mother had these same things, but maybe they didn't have the access the same way that we do nowadays. I'm talking about phones.
Yeah, I would say that
like
it's a constant barrage now.
Yes, whereas there were distinct boundaries really, but we didn't call them that. But like when you were at work, you were at work, and when you weren't, if they called your home phone, maybe you weren't home.
If they called your home phone, if you were eating dinner, you didn't answer it.
Yeah.
Like I remember just letting that sucker ring. Like we wouldn't go. And now it would be
unthinkable.
You almost can't even not answer a text message. Even if you're like, I'm not doing it.
Yep.
That could wait. It feels like it can't. We're just this era of immediate response.
Yes.
I think everyone feels it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're also doing it to yourself just by scrolling. I mean, there's so many ways, right?
There's so many ways. Literally, the world has been built to keep us in the constant notification. So it's not even our fault, I would say.
No.
We have to consciously make choice day after day to not be pulled in.
And then that stress builds up in our system and it starts to affect things like our gut health. And our gut doesn't operate quite how it is. And then inflammatories get into our system and all this other stuff. And our body, our hormones are really, really smart, and they start to steal from each other.
I know you're going to know. And we're like, we talk about chronic stress and you're like, oh, cortisol. I've heard about high cortisol. And it's not bad. It's a great thing. It rises up in the morning, helps us be awake and feel like we're ready to take on the world. But if it stays high for too long, our body's like, oh, we need to make a lot of this. And the same mother molecule that makes cortisol is the same molecule that our body uses to make progesterone, testosterone, things like that. So as our body starts stealing that resource that was maybe earmarked for progesterone, for testosterone, things like that, now it's using it to make cortisol because you're needing so much of it. And then you end up with lower hormones that make you feel good and calm. So it's a negative feedback loop because now you're stressed and you don't have the thing that makes you feel less stressed.
And the hormone being elevated makes you look for more stress in your life, and it perpetuates the whole cycle.
And this next piece that also perpetuates this is not even biological. And we just talked about this morning, is that I think a whole generation of women were raised being told, you can do everything, you can do anything. And we've taken it as, we can do all of it.
Because I can, I should.
Yeah. And we think we perceive joy or like value
as accomplishment.
Yeah. What we have to be doing. We don't deserve to rest unless we've done all of these things.
Yeah.
And I think that just also feeds that constant stress because we can't actually even get to rest.
Because,
because we're constantly rating, do we deserve it? Do we do enough to earn it?
Think about how many times you're like, I will relax after I clean the house.
Or if it's not a personality trait to say, I can't relax unless if the house is messy. That is not a personality trait.
No. Now, all of this, like cortisol, the gut health, the stress, everything compounds. And you're like out here in life looking for a supplement that's going to make you feel better, right?
Oh
like,
my God.
I just had a conversation right out here about like all these supplements. But if you're in that elevated state of stress too long, our body, which is so intelligent, highly intelligent.
And it wants to be healthy.
Be healthy. But it does rob Peter to pay Paul in other places, right? So our gut gets stressed out. Now it can't absorb all of those supplements that you're putting in. And then we start to work our liver harder because it has to filter everything. And then the stress just keeps going. Yeah. And your body doesn't feel safe.
No.
On a lot of levels.
Well, because our body is always prioritizing immediate survival. It has no long-term thinking necessarily. No. So it's living in the moment. Everything I have.
We want you to live in the moment.
We want you to do that.
But yes. But that's why pushing harder or trying to just put a Band-Aid on is not actually the answer.
And just the amount of stress in our life and the inability to rest, the lack of a village, the go-go-go-ness.
Which we didn't even hit on. We should have hit on the lack of a village. You can't really rest without a village.
Yeah. And it's, how much easier would life be if you had other people help to share the load? Or say, hey, you're getting a little crazy. Why don't you go take a nap?
Or I got this.
I got this.
Yeah.
Go sit down.
Yeah.
It's truly our whole biology is just wiring to, we need to survive this moment. We need to survive this day. And when you're in that survival pattern, it doesn't matter what fancy supplements you take, how many protein powders you do, your hormones are being depleted. And your nervous system is so wired that you can't do anything but survive.
And it's just distinctly different than what your mom or grandmother experienced because of the constant barrage.
Yeah. It's just so different.
And I know you're all like, okay, I get it. Because you can distinctly see it.
Yeah, you know.
Literally yesterday, I think it was to you, but it might have been to somebody else. I was like, just imagine if we could take the wisdom we have today back to our childhood in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, gosh.
Can you imagine like how glorious, like I just was thinking about summers with cousins at the beach and stuff like that. And I was like, man, like,
it was so good. Well, now there's a whole push of course, it's always the moms trying to do like 90s summers with their kids.
Did you see? It's called butter momming.
Butter momming.
Yeah, butter mom. So it's like, there's like a whole soft yellow movement with it. Yeah. But it's like scrunchies, mom jeans, but also like just summer in the pool, like like in the above ground
Just
pool.
chill out. Of course it's an above ground pool.
Butter momming.
Butter mom. That's kind of a good lead in because we're going to talk a little bit about dietary stuff next.
Yes.
I'm not going to villainize butter.
No.
But
let's go. Let's everyone close your eyes and go back to your
unless you're
childhood.
driving.
Unless you're driving, don't close your eyes.
mind's eye.
But close your mind's eye and go back to your childhood and think about all of the things that we were eating, where it came from, how it was made.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you likely were eating things at grandma's house that she grew in the garden, right? Like, I remember tomato sandwiches from my grandma's garden.
All I could think, I was like, maybe I need to go back to what my mom was eating because I was like bologna, American cheese, Lay's potato chips.
I grew up in a garden family.
popsicles.
We were eating fridge pickles that we made from cucumbers we picked 2 days ago.
I mean, we definitely did pickles, but I was like, bologna sandwich. We go to the pool with a bologna sandwich every time.
You're not wrong. So maybe don't do that. But, okay, go back to probably what your mom was eating.
Yeah, I think mom and grandma's.
Mom and grandma, when they were on summer, they were probably eating fresh tomatoes. They were eating things that they grew from their garden. Everything was like box cake mix was not a thing, right? Like everything was made from scratch. Your grandma might have even, as a child and a teenager, was milling her own flour.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, things have just changed so much.
Oh, literally, you have to make such a grand effort to not take in processed foods, which impact the inflammation that we have and
which impacts the insulin resistance in our system.
Unstable blood sugar
because
we're just eating stuff that's packed full of refined sugars,
chemicals,
all that kind of stuff.
And then you think about the toxin buildup in our system just in general, which then our cells are trying to clean up and get stuck in our receptors, so we're not receiving everything we need the right way.
That the bologna sandwich is the perfect
example of how the difference.
Our generation, our entire life has been so much processed food, like Pop-Tarts, boxed cereal, all of that. Our parents, for the most part, didn't grow up eating that.
No.
But for most people of our generation, that was a staple, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is not a knock on parents, like our parents raising us or your grandparents. Like, that was the cultural norm. That was like the new thing. That was totally normal.
If we think about how we all get excited about new technology or new things that come, it wasn't tech then. It was those things.
Yeah.
It was the simplicity of life.
Convenience foods.
Yeah.
Convenience foods were a big thing. And so here we are 40 some years later, and we've had
first generation
decades of people that have been eating all of this processed food. And now look, colon cancer's up. We're all puffy and having horrible perimenopause symptoms.
Also, like, I'm really going to bring this back to women, but like mass-produced tampons and cervical cancer on the rise and those kinds of things, right?
Also, all these crazy skincare routines that people are buying from TikTok shops, from God knows where, and you're slathering 8 different things on your face every day, and you don't even know what it is.
I try to know what it is, though. I try. But it makes a big difference. So our body has probably a lot more chemicals.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely has more processed things that carry higher saturated fats, different types of sugar, all of that. And I'm just thinking about my poor liver right now, and I'm kind of sad about it. Like,
give my
liver some juice. Oh my God.
But just the constant barrage of inputs that are causing inflammation and spiky glucose has just been a lifetime of that. And that's not even to mention the ways that chronic stress can increase inflammation. This is purely based on
nutrition.
But
and P.S., this is important to note that a known symptom of perimenopause is insulin resistance. And that's not just our generation. That's just natural because of the hormone. So you compound it.
So now you're someone who grew up eating processed foods, and your blood glucose tends to do this more if you're still eating those. And now your estrogen has made you more resistant. Now you get
greater spikes.
peaks and valleys. Your energy's crashing, which is why you're hitting those 3 p.m. just fatigue,
Yeah, just
free fall. Like
Mhm.
you need a nap, you're falling asleep. If you come home and sit on the couch, you're dead to the world.
Yeah. And then what we do is grab a caffeinated drink that's fully processed, fully like chemically not great for us. And that's what we plug in to get us through.
And then I would say the energy for most women, I think, is the thing they want to improve the most because they are feeling the battle there. But most women are also feeling that little bit of weight gain. It's just a couple pounds every year. And this is where that's coming from.
Yes.
You have the blood sugar issues, the insulin resistance, and the inflammation.
Yeah,
and that mid belly
gets our
weight
body
gain,
to hold on.
Yep, this is where that's coming from.
Yep.
So if you noticed, why did my grandma stay the same size she was when she was 20 till she was 80? Her inflammation was probably lower. Her
free radicals in her system, all of that.
Her
was just
blood sugar was more balanced.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. We've already kind of alluded to number 3, and that's just the chemical soup that we tend to live in.
And it comes from everywhere, which is how we've already gotten there, right?
Yes.
Like it's in the skincare we lather on, it's in the foods we eat, it's in the air we breathe.
The leggings now, right?
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It's hard to escape.
Your food. The cool thing now is I feel like
Can I get really nerdy sciencey here in a
Please
minute?
do.
Okay, I just
love
had something
nerdy.
hit.
Get the nerdy out. Don't hold it in. But there's so many more products, like, and I'm sure there's rules that now it has to be labeled, or at least we're being marketed that, hey, this is paraben free. Hey, this is BPA free. Like you can find things now so much more easily, so that you're not getting these endocrine disruptors is what they are in your body. But I also just want to think, how many of us used to drink out of that same dang like Dasani, Fiji water bottle when we were 18, 19, 23, and that thing would bake in your car all day long.
And you'd still
soaking up, leaching all these chemicals that now you're drinking.
Girl, don't even talk about it because I was in Iraq and that's all we had. And people were getting kidney stones left and right because of, not just because of the chemicals, but like minerals in the water and whatever. But like that's a
thing.
A serious thing.
And now here I am with my stainless steel. I won't even drink out of a plastic water bottle. Like I try to use glass and steel containers. Now I'm such a weirdo about it, but you have to be.
It's because
and honestly, if you're not being a weirdo about it, you're the weirdo because there's way too much proof and evidence that this is causing you problems.
Yes.
Swap out your plastic.
Plastic particles in your brain. It's really a thing. They're finding it.
It's like in our brains.
It's in our blood. It's everywhere. Also, this is the nerdy part. So when you think about all of the chemicals and the processedness, the way we preserve things, not just food. I'm talking about skincare. I'm talking about clothing. All of it. It all carries a frequency. Like, so when we talk about, like, you go on vacation and you wear a linen, like a cute linen, whatever, like jumpsuit or something, and you feel really good. It's literally because that, like, linen has the highest frequency of all clothing. That's actually why, it's part of why. Like, cotton has a higher frequency than any polyester or anything like that, which is part of why, but part of why it's better for, like, your lady bits to wear pure cotton and let everything dry out. So just thinking about as you're putting things on and like how that affects your energy field, there's a frequency aspect here, and typically chemicals and processed things carry a lower frequency, which is not as great. And then natural
just dragging your whole
occurring
frequency
things
down. Science-y.
My energy science.
Yeah. So we're talking about all of these endocrine disruptors, whether it's your nonstick, your super Teflon pan, the lining inside canned food, like all these things, your skincare, whatever you're putting on.
Your deodorant.
The reason these things are impacting your perimenopause. So here's where we talk about like why specifically this is not your mother's perimenopause going through this. So all of these things are kind of like a little fake estrogen. And I want you to think like your estrogen is the key and all your little, like your hormone is the key you have all of your cells that have a lock, and these fake estrogens can get into a lock, and they can block a lock. So now your real hormone can't get in there. It could jam one. So now a real hormone would never go into that lock. But basically it's pushing us, it's making our body kind of think that, oh, estrogen's running low, and it starts pushing us towards perimenopause sooner. So we're hitting it sooner. Whereas it used to be 50 was the age that menopause or perimenopause would hit. And then it was like mid 40s. And now they're starting to be like, oh, once you hit 36, you're probably
technically perimenopausal. Yeah. Which
and
I think the urology,
yeah,
the American
there is,
Urology has specifically said 35 or 36 is the age you are in perimenopause, period.
Yeah. Yep. Now it's just set, which is crazy to think if this continues to go on, the childbearing ages and how, like, can you imagine? I can't imagine going through this. My kids are 10 or 11 and almost 8. I'm like, if I had to do this when they were like 3 and 5.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Oh my God. Also, well, but there are women in that boat.
Oh,
so
yeah, for real. So
we see you.
We see
feel
you and hit us up so we can
But
help
also,
you. Yeah.
because some of you are moms to young girls right now, that's awesome. These are the exact same reasons. The reasons we're going into early perimenopause is the reason that young girls are getting their periods earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exact same. And when you're talking about the
Estrogens.
estrogens, that is actually why. And what's even crazier about that is the buildup in your system, them sharing your system in utero, and then coming out puts them at a disadvantage from Jump Street on that front.
And so much just the exponential increase for our children's generation, because most of us, I would say, the barrage of all these endocrine disruptors didn't happen until maybe like elementary, middle school. So we had a good amount of formative years of development without some of this. But now we had it since then for most of our life. Baby in utero also experienced it. So our children are the ones that have truly had this from day one. And the amount of health issues that are happening in our generation, not in previous, will just be even more. The reason that we added this one to the list, it seems so minor. And it also seems a little bit like, I don't want to say clickbaity, but you know the word I'm trying to say, like fear mongering.
Yeah.
But it's not, number one. And number two, it's the easiest one. You could push pause on this podcast right now and do something about it. You could get a different water bottle. You could stop buying plastic containers. Like, it'd be so easy to start making shifts to help your kids, help yourself, help your family.
Also, so we have a friend, Sarah. It's my favorite skincare thing that we use. My friend Sarah makes homemade body scrub with like sugar, coconut oil. Like you could literally make it. You could gift it. You could like you can change not just your life but other people's lives, like right now with this.
So tap into your little hippie self, your little crunchy vibe. Get a little crunchy vibe going. Start using your reusable things: glass, stainless steel. All of that.
Isn't it funny how interconnected these all are? As I see the next one coming up, and I'm like, we already talked about it, but here we go.
They really are, because your body is not a silo. You don't have just your nervous system, just your gut, just your endocrine system. Like everything works together because that's how it was meant to be. Like every system supports itself. Every system, if this one goes down a little bit, other things
will step up,
shift to help support it again. So they're all connected.
All connected.
So this is about your gut. And I want you to take a moment. We're not talking about your gut as just digestion. That was a mouthful, holy moly. But your gut as a hormone organ.
Because that's what it actually is.
Yes. So where do we want to start this at? Do we want to let's start with what your gut does and how it impacts, why it's so important for your hormones and your perimenopause. And then we'll talk about what happens to it when you have the stress and inflammation and all of the free radicals and stuff. So
how is it supposed to work?
How is it supposed to work? You have a very cool specific bacteria community in your gut called estrobolome. And its job is basically to decide, we need to get rid of some estrogen, or no, we need to recycle some. So when it's not doing well, maybe too much gets kicked out, maybe too much gets recycled, because again, in perimenopause, it's not estrogen doing this. it's estrogen doing this.
on a relatively
It's very erratic.
downward.
Yeah, it's going
Like-
down, but it's erratic.
Yes.
So its whole job is managing that. And when its health is poor, obviously the management of that is poor.
Yes.
And then we get bigger symptoms from estrogen being too high or estrogen being too low. Now.
And that's because your body will produce more or less to meet
Yeah, because
whatever's
it's going to
in your
react.
system.
So if you kick too much out,
Mhm.
then it's going to make some more.
Mhm.
Or if it lets too
And it
much back
will
in, it might make less.
work wildly hard to try to keep you reproductive.
Yes. So I feel like that's a pretty good gist. There's also other bacteria, but we're talking specifically about the one you probably want to know about for perimenopause.
Yeah.
So now we have inflammation added to our system. We've already talked about all the ways that happens. We have all these processed foods and things that our gut can't really thrive on.
Nervous system stress.
Nervous system stress is loosening tight junctions in our gut. So now things are slipping through or coming in, and you maybe have signs of a true leaky gut, not TikTok leaky gut. You don't have poops. You truly have leaky gut.
Leaky gut. Yeah.
And gut. This is where you get probably bloating. You've probably looked up. You've spent hours looking up gluten intolerance or SIBO, or maybe you have looked up leaky gut.
Or somebody, yes, SIBO's a good one. Or somebody told you about
low FODMAP food,
yes,
all the things.
Yes.
Something's not right here.
Yeah.
You're
you
feeling
think
it.
you have a parasite. You probably do, but that's neither here nor there.
You probably do, but not in why that, but not
how you think.
Not how you think. And it's just not going good. I think those are the classic symptoms.
Yeah.
The bloating
Yeah.
after, you get done by the end of the day, you wake up flat or normal, and then by the end of the day, you're like, oh, I look maybe 3 months pregnant. What is happening? And that's not the worst. They're the most impactful. Obviously, we're uncomfortable and we don't like it. But the most impactful is also our cells aren't getting what they need. So our fatigue is worse.
Yeah.
Which is feeding some of that nervous system loop and maybe even the inflammation loop, because now you're reaching for things that you shouldn't be. What
Driving
else?
your insulin up
Insulin
and down.
is going
So
up and
now
down.
you're reaching for sweet treats because you're trying to feed the gut.
More sugars, which is probably leading to more bloating. Also, your liver and your kidneys are getting a little overworked.
Crying.
Because the gut isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, they're receiving packages never meant for them.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Receiving packages. Return to sender, please.
And then the chemicals that we already talked about are
Oh my gosh.
just wreaking more havoc
They're
on
killing
what
off
is
other good bacteria.
what is working, they're killing off. And then you're throwing some supplements on top of all of it.
Yeah, and now
Some
you're
probiotic, prebiotic.
you're taking protein shakes because you're trying to get your protein in. So you're having protein coffee, and you're having a protein shake after you work out, and you're taking all these supplements.
It's getting wild.
Your gut is having a hard time.
Your poor gut is screaming.
I
And
feel like it's kind of like if somebody was drowning and you were trying to give them tips on their butterfly stroke.
that's a good way to look at it.
Literally.
Just swim harder! Sorry.
Keep your feet together.
I have to sound regulate that. Sorry, guys.
And they're literally just drowning. All of that can do a few things in your body and make perimenopause or pause worse for you. Number one, we just kind of talked about how that loop impacts your energy with just cells not getting what they need because you don't have the right bacteria in your body to break down things. Okay. Your hormones aren't getting, liver's a little bit overloaded, trying to deal with what's being sent downstream, and it's not being able to do some of its job of clearing excess estrogen and other things like that. So now that's making your hormonal related symptoms a little bit worse. Also, back to the estrobolome, that gets out of whack. That's kind of like a little thermostat control for turning the estrogen up and down. So that's out of whack. Now your estrogen even more impacting. What was the last thing I was going to say about the gut? I feel like there's another one.
Well, it is also your happiness.
That one.
And your mood and all the things.
Most of your
how you feel.
serotonin is made in your gut.
Yep.
So now you have a weak sauce, sad little, inflamed, angry gut.
Yep.
And your serotonin is going down and your mood swings are going up and you're feeling depressed. And the doctor, when you go and tell somebody you don't feel good, They don't say, hey, let's work on healing your gut. They say,
No.
here's a
anti-anxiety med.
or take some
an
magnesium.
antidepressant. Yep. And they throw the supplements
And
at
that's
it.
all. And then more supplements, which again, not helping the situation. It's you're drowning. You don't need swim lessons right now. You need a life vest.
Yep.
And our parents didn't have a lot of this because they didn't have the processed foods. They didn't have the chronic stress, like all of the things that have gone into impacting the gut, as we just went through. They didn't have a lot of that.
Yeah. Which is also why they didn't have a lot of the chronic diseases we see today, like the onset of cancer, because their system wasn't just flooded with these toxins.
No.
Their gut wasn't just flooded. Like, I mean, I'm sure a ton of you know somebody who has IBS or Crohn's or maybe they just have a finicky gut, like in general, right? Like,
I feel like it's just like a common thing to be like, women have tummy troubles. It's just a thing that happens.
Like, but it shouldn't be. That's a overload of something for sure.
So the gut is where it's at, really.
I mean, your gut can. So when we talk about gut instinct, like that's or your second brain, like it is a real thing because it runs your mood, it runs your digestion, it runs your hormones, as we just learned.
Your
like it's a hormone
talks through it.
Organ. Yep. Like so many parts. And like how many of us are, when we start to apply some psychology on top of the physiology, like how much of us are just like, oh, I just have a bad gut or whatever, like just apply some negative label on it when it's the thing that's actually like radiating for us.
Yeah. It's the acceptance of not quite personality trait, but I just have a bad gut. Like I just have tummy troubles. Like, no, you literally are eating foods that have been doused in pesticides, and it killed those bugs that were eating the food, but it's also killing the bugs that you need, like the good bacteria. It's going to help you. Like you've been eating food from depleted soil, full of processed junk. Like, you don't just have tummy troubles. You have had a system that's been under attack.
Yeah. I mean, I know everybody's had this thought. At least I think, we all think, people think what we think, but I'm like, I literally sometimes I'm like, at what point are they going to realize that the human body is not decomposing at the same rate because we are preserved from the inside out? I know it's morbid, but I've thought about it. I've thought about it because our gut is holding on to some of that stuff. It can't move it out.
Yeah. Let's give you some hope.
There's so much hope.
It's been pretty bleak about the gut. You might feel like right now, like, what am I supposed to do?
Jill's talking about bodies. What the hell?
I'm not decomposing. I'm going to be pickled for life. What is happening?
For real, do love a good pickle, though.
Well, you could eat some. That might help. Some fermented foods. You want to support your estrogen and all the other good bacteria. But again, we're a perimenopause women's podcast, so that's what we're going to focus on.
Yeah.
And you do that. It's so simple, you guys. Like, start cutting processed food. Focus on your fiber. Eat all the fruits and vegetables. Like, eat the rainbow.
Yeah.
Get some fermented foods. And the newest recommendations from people who actually study gut is that if you eat whole foods, get your fiber, and eat a variety of fruits and vegetables, that's going to bring your good gut health back, good bacteria back, better than taking a probiotic. So don't waste your money on another supplement.
Yeah.
Just eat right.
Yeah. Yeah. And as organic and whatnot as you can.
Yeah. Wash your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we weren't going to go here, but I think we're close to where we're going to start to tie it all up. But like, if there's anything you take away from the gut, is like the gut is the foundation. Yeah. Like it's literally the foundation. If we talk about energy systems in the body and chakras, it's the root, right? It's the root. So creating safety in your gut by giving it, when we talk about nervous system in the beginning and tying it all back together, there's safety, there's physical safety, emotional safety, energetic safety, but like there's also like nutritional safety. So eating the right things so that your body starts to heal itself, but then also eating consistently, like not starving yourself, not like just living off caffeine, which I did for a long time too. Like all of that encourages healing of the gut. And as the gut starts to heal and the estrobolome comes back and everything comes back, then your hormones start to come online. When your hormones come online, your insulin and your blood sugar will start to get more in alignment. And as that comes more into alignment, your mood will balance out. And as your mood balances out, suddenly your skin's going to look better. Your bloating's going to go away. Your bowel movements are going to get accurate. And then you're going to start to lose weight and you're going to be like, what? It took all this to get here. I know because I lived it.
Yeah.
Like literally that is the tale that I lived. So safety in the nervous system and the gut are the root. But hopefully we showed you today how much more interconnected it is. It's not just about what you eat, but like it's about what you eat and how you live and bring it all together.
Yeah. Well, and just like you said, the environment, like not just your endocrine disrupting, like what fabric are you putting on your body, but also an environment that feels safe. It's a safe place to relax, a safe place to let any emotion you have, let your whole self come out. Like safety all around.
Yeah. And different parts of you need that safety different ways. Your gut needs it with quality food and consistency.
We hope that some part of this cracked open something for you. Some little light bulb went off. If that happened, make sure you share this with another woman who is probably dealing with some of the same things and wondering why her mom didn't warn her about this. And you can give her
all alone, and she's not.
And she is not, okay? Also, we are dropping awesome knowledge bombs like this every week. So make sure you follow along so you can be educated and that you can advocate for yourself when maybe you get brushed off by the doctor next time.
Yeah. Or get thrown a supplement.
Or get offered a supplement that you do not need. Thanks for listening, ladies, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.